everyone, it's Anne here from Positively Papercraft, and I'm back with a 3D tutorial today. Now, I thought what I've decided to make is like a kind of sort of album journal thing, but it's going to be to store like ephemera, or it doesn't have to be ephemera, it can be anything you want to store in it. So it's a case of, we're going to make these lovely little envelopes, and I've just put some like little, you know, kind of ephemera little cuddle parts in there, which is basically what ephemera is. And I've made them myself because I know a lot of people have been asking for ideas to use up like your patterned papers and stuff. Like, these are really bold patterns, and I think I would struggle to use these on a card because they're quite big. And I've just created a little window. I've put some vellum inside. Just different kind of patterns. So we've got another one of them to make, and we're going to kind of bind it all together. So in the beginning I was going to just use my envelope punch board to make them, and I did, but then when I cut the window out I realised that it wasn't going to work. But you could do it that way and just not have a window. You don't need to have a window. But then I thought also, well, not everyone's got an envelope punch board, so let's just make them ourselves. So you don't need any envelope excuse me, punch boards or anything like that. So I think what I'm going to do first is get the basis of the binder out the way. So I've got a few pieces of like thick chip, well, I'm saying it's more like a thick card. I got it off the back of a paper pad. You need two which are 4.5 by 7, and you need a spine which is 2.5 by 7. Now I've took a piece of black card here which I know is going to cover all of this. Now it's bigger than 12 by 12, so you would probably need A3 card, something like that, but you could just join a couple of pieces together in the middle, just enough so it covers the pieces of chipboard. Okay, so I've put tape on the back of these, and alright, so that's that covered like that. And then if I get this out of the way, I normally just give these a little score down here. Just round there. Okay, and that is going to be our binder. Okay, so that's that. I'm just going to cut this down a little bit. This one's a bit too long because I have like, I'm going to get this little tool that I have. So I have this from COLOURWAYARTS.com, and the idea is you pop it on here and it gives you the right distance that you need for your corners, and then you can just slice it off with your craft knife or whatever. Okay, so that's that done. Now for the inside, I'm just going to take some more of this black card and I'm just going to go straight across, and I'm just going to mark it with a pencil of where I need to cut this off. Okay, I'm back. I got rid of that shadow. I had to close the blind again. Right, so I've done that. It's all nicely covered now. And I'm using the same papers to cover the inside and outside. You need 4 pieces, which are just under 7 inches by just slightly under 4.5, and you need 1 which is just under 2.5 and just under 7 again. So these are going to be my inside and outside pieces, so I will quickly glue these on. Actually, I'm going to put a piece in there as well, the same as the back piece, and I'm saying 2.5, it's not actually, it's a bit more than 2.5 because it's wider now because of the gaps I'd left. So I would say maybe 2, maybe it's 2 3/4 by 7. But I've cut mine in the already on, so I don't mind that gap down there. But yeah, so that's it all now covered. So really pretty. Now we want the spine, like the binding, really easy, but there is a bit of scoring to do. Okay everyone, now for the binding, I've thought, obviously, well, there'll be people wanting to make this who've maybe never made mini albums, that type of thing before. Now, where is it? I'm going to show you something here. I was going to do it this way, and then I thought no, because people who haven't made them or are not sure, this way is a bit more complicated. I'm going to do it an easy way. So you're going to take a piece of card which is 1.5 inches by 6.25. You're going to score on the short side at 1/4 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1 1/4 inch, and you're going to end up with these. Okay, now all you're going to do is take your little strip. You are going to fold the middle score line in half, so it's like that, and then the 2 end ones you're going to fold them up. So you were going to end up with this, okay, and then you were going to put tape down here and you're going to glue these together, so they're going to be like this. All right, and I think for people who haven't made this kind of thing before, I definitely think it's a lot easier to understand, and it's easier to actually do as well, because the other way can be really fiddly, and I'm not a fan of it myself, if I'm honest. I just think it can be really fiddly. So this way is a lot easier, I think, anyway. But you might have a way that you want to do it your own way to put the envelopes in, and then all you're going to do is just fold it together and just press them like that, so they are going to glue into our little spine like this, and we're basically just going to keep going and lining them all up. So the next one would go in like that, just line them all up. Now I think we'll probably get about maybe 7 in here, but I'm not 100% sure. We might get more, we might get 8, I don't know. So I'll just quickly show you what I mean by the next one, joining it up together. So fold them in half, and then the ends, just lift them up like that. And then you're going to get your adhesive tape or glue in there and glue it together. So, and then what you would do then, you'd come along and you would just glue it just next to there, so it lines up and there's like no gap where you can see the paper underneath. So I don't know, we might get about 6 or 7 in. So I'm gonna get on and stick these all in, and I'll come back to you and then I'll know exactly how many you're gonna need. Okay, so it's all in now. That's what it should look like. Try to get, so you can see that, how I've stuck that in there. So it's coming together really nice. Now for the envelopes, just take your patterned paper, and it needs to be 10 inches by 7 1/4. Okay, you're going to score the long side at 4 1/8, 8 1/2. Turn it to the short side, you're going to score 1/2 inch, flip it round 1/2 inch again, and you will end up with this. I'll show you that side because it'll be easier to see. Now you are going to take, so you've got this wider piece here, you are going to cut down till you reach this middle score line, and then you're going to cut that away. Then I'll just take a little mitre out of there, a little mitre out of there. So again, all the way down to the middle score line, and then I'll just mite it in like that. The top bit here, you can just have a little mite out of there, or if you wanted to, you could even get a fancy die and have a nice fancy bit. Now if you are having a window like me, I can't find my die, but it was just cut your window out of there, and then I've got some, I'll just cut some vellum. Obviously it depends what size die you want, but that just goes in the back. And then to put it together, you just fold the score lines, folds up like that. That goes over there. You just want, so that's going to be the front. You just want glue down here to hold it together. That's basically it, dead easy. So I'm going to show you how they go in the album. Now this will hold 12 envelopes, which is quite a lot. So I've got some that I've made already. So what they're going to do is they're going to stick, one's going to go one side, the next one is going to go like that, so they're all going to sit in like this. So the first one, you need tape on the back of the envelope, and then I'm going to line it on the front of this. Okay, so there's the first one. The second one, you need tape on the front because that's going to stick into there. Now, I would close mine probably with Velcro, but I can't find any. So I'm going to have to go and buy some little Velcro dots or something. Because I don't know, I mean, I think they would be better closed. Now the next one, tape on the back. That one's going to go there. Tape on the front. Line that up just there. Tape on the back. I think you get the idea now. Then it would be tape on the front and so on until you've got all of these covered, and that is how it's going to be. And then you can just sort through whatever you've got in there, get your little pieces out. So I'm going to get the rest of my envelopes in, and then we're going to decorate the front. Okay, so I'm finally finished. It's took forever. Well, I'm nearly finished. So there we go. We've got all of our beautiful envelopes in for our ephemera, or as I said, whatever you want to keep in them. But I would get some Velcro dots maybe to close these up. So it's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So a really good little size there. Now what I want to do, a few things, a closure. What I'm going to do, I hope it works. I've got my crocodile here. I'm going to take the back and I'm going to pop, will it work about there? And that goes in the same, yeah. So I'm going to pop a hole just about there, and I'm going to do the same on the opposite side. So I've got 2 holes in the back there. Now I'm going to take some lace and I'm going to slot it through this hole. This might just be, you know, something different for you to try, like that. And then I want this ribbon to come up here. I'm going to take an eyelet and I'm going to pop it in the hole so it's over the ribbon. And then I'm going to set this. Now see, no, this has to go this way. Yeah, ignore me, I was just about to complain. That's it, I think. Oh, it's come out. Okay. So that's going to go up here. So I'm going to say cut plenty off just for now. So I've left about that much on. And then we can tidy this bit up at the back. Same thing. I'm going to take the ribbon through the hole. This time I want it to come down this way. I think you're getting where I'm going with this. In there so it stops the lace from coming out. And then we're going to do the same thing. that over, then trim this away. So we've got our lace here, our lace here, and then basically this will be a little ribbon kind of closure for it, which I think is just something a bit different, isn't it? You could, of course, you could do it with elastic or some different kind of ribbon, whatever you want. Now I'm also, so that keeps that closed. So to decorate it, I want to pop some little charms. Again, I'm going to pop a hole. I'm going to have to open it to get this in, I think. So I'm going to roughly go for the middle. Lace closure with our little charms, and then to decorate the front I've got this little chipboard frame I made from the same die. I'm going to have a couple of them flowers I used yesterday, I think, and then I've got a couple of little sentiments, which is imagine and create, something like that. So, and actually I had this as well that I was going to put underneath there. So yeah, I'm going to turn this glue gun on. Okay, there we go, finished, and I think it's really nice. It would be a lovely gift to give to somebody, or as I said, you could just store your own little bits or ephemera in, whatever you want. Like some little cards here, I could just pop them in there. You could even keep, like, if you have like sheets of little pearls or embellishments, you could keep them in and just kind of sift through it like that, more than having it on its side. I think it's best to just work it like that. But you can decorate yours any way you like. Now, I forgot to say as well, I was going to laminate it, laminate the envelopes on one side and laminate the front and backs, and I think it would be a lot more durable, so definitely it would be great. I forgot totally, but definitely laminate it. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, take care, and bye for now.